Hello again, it's Noob, and my very good friend Yukov sent me some knives from a discount supermarket we have in the UK called Lidl. I know it's around Europe, I don't know if it's in the US. And these knives in particular are known to be very good for making lockpicks. Now, they are just a standard stainless steel. I don't know what type, it could be I don't know, 316 for all I know, but from experience, these seem to hold up quite well. I think I first saw a set of these knives modded by somebody on the UK locksport forum called Meme a long time ago. But I think it'd be really nice to make a 3-pick set out of one of these sets. Now, I've been going back and forth as to which one I will do. I really think I'll probably go with the green, just because I think that this would make a really smart set. So let's open this up quickly and we'll see what we have to work with. Okay, so first things first, these handles are very, very light and quite thin. Already I'm holding it like I would a lockpick. These are pretty sharp. They're not super sharp, but you will cut yourself on these, so you've got to be very careful. And I think what I want to do is probably find a lockpick like this and just have a look at where in terms of length I want to mark these off. What do I mean by that? Well, this lockpick is a very comfortable length for me, and it's easy when you're making picks to go a little overboard in terms of the overall length. I will need to taper these down from here a little bit more, so I'm going to add about ½ centimetre onto this. And what we're going to do then is we're going to go from there and mark off the others all at the same length, so we have the tips. So there we are, all marked off, ready for me to think about what profiles I want. But first, let me just show you the thickness of these in millimeters and inches. Let's give that a go. So these are 0.68 millimeters, or in inches, 27 thousandths. Now, that is actually really good. Oh, score gone a bit off. But yeah, that is actually not bad. In terms of thicknesses of these things, 27 thousandths is really pretty good. So yeah, what I want to be doing is thinking about what profiles I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to come down here to almost a 45-degree angle and then smooth out. So the answer is I want to have a short hook, a medium hook, a deep hook, and then a triple peak rake. So yeah, now for the most part I'll just do these by eye. But you'll see what I mean. So a short hook would be very short. It'd come along here. I try to keep them as close to each other as I can, but that is sort of what I'm looking for there. I will probably try to just keep the whole handle in place, and that would be like a short hook profile, and that would be how long and comfortable that would be. So let me mark up the rest of these and you'll see what I come up with. So I've roughly marked these out. I'm not overly worried if they're not quite perfect, or ones that are, not quite a deep hook. In fact, I really want to go for sort of a gem profile on one of these medium hooks. So I might have like a short hook, a medium short hook, and a gem hook. So it might be something like that in the end. I've got a triple peak just carved out there. So yeah, I'm going to just start giving this a bit of a grind and we'll see where we end up. And here we are. This probably took me about 2 hours, just over, start to finish, including the amount of time it took me to sand these down from 800 grit all the way down to 2,500 grit, which I didn't show because it's really, really boring watching somebody sand. I didn't spend too long on the finish, purely because I'm probably not going to use these picks very often, and I don't need them to be like jewellery grade or anything. But what do we have? So let me show you the profiles that I decided on without trying to mark them up. I've got a little cloth here to give them a little polish for you. So we got a very nice, very short hook. Then we have a nice, I'd say medium hook, short to medium hook there. A nice swoop on it. And then we have what I'd call a gem profile. It looks under the light a bit more rounded than it really is. If I angle it up, you can see that it's actually got a point on it. But yeah, so we've got a gem profile there. If I put all those together, you'll see they've got a nice sort of range of short to medium hook profiles, all done by eye, with a little bit of marking out using a pen, as you saw earlier. And then last but not least, of course, we have a triple peak rake here. And again, it looks more round from the side, but if I turn it there, you'll see that there's actually quite distinct peaks on here. It's just well polished from the side. So you have a triple peak Bogota style rake there, which I think is pretty nice. So just a reminder of where I came from and went to. So turn it that way around for you, and you can see that these 27 thousandths of an inch picks were made from this Joie, I don't know what you want to call it, knife set from Lidl. Right, I think we should give these a go in a few locks, and yeah, let's crack on. Starting out with my triple peak, let's give this a go in a couple of locks and see where we get to. So that's one open. Try another. And why not another? For such a short hook, we need a nice tiny keyway which will complement it. So I'm going to go in and try and pick all those pins that are giving us that resistance. Pin 3 there, nice, 1 there, and we're open. With a medium hook, I'm going to go into a lock which has a bitting which requires a little bit more lift, and a bigger ABUS, just because I can, and I do like picking these ABUS locks. They are great, especially when you're trying to find those pins which are giving you that counter rotation that ABUS are so good at giving feedback for. And finally the gem. Now I've got a keyway which is a bit paracentric, but I'm going to try and use this pick, even though it's 27 thousandths, in this keyway anyway, and just see what I can do in terms of picking it, because I think that I should, if I'm lucky, be able to at least get up and half pick the pins that give me counter rotation like this. Just need to be a bit more careful in what I'm doing about finding those pins which are giving the counter rotation, only selecting those, and we are open. So even at 27 thousandths, it's still possible to use picks like this if you're careful. And finally, let's try and pick this big Masterstock 15 with the gem profile as well. Always a fun little pick. Almost there, I think. There we go, and we've got the open. These are surprisingly comfortable. The handles are very slim actually, and they do feel nice and light. They're well balanced. They are a good size compared to other sorts of lock picks. so they're not overly big. They are a little bit wide in terms of fitting into a case, but otherwise they've held up really well. I can't see any sort of deflections. They like to bend rather than deform, which is a property of that stainless steel, I imagine. But yeah, really effective little set. I hope you like them. If you do, please give this video and these picks a like. If you have any comments about them, drop them below. I read them all, reply to as many as I can. If it's a project that you fancy doing, or if you've done a similar project like this before, let us know. It's really interesting to know what you've been up to. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And of course, I'll see you all next time.